The essence of privacy, protecting what matters. As we age, the question of what truly holds value in life becomes more pressing. Is it the sheer number of friends or the profound depth of the connections we nurture? Perhaps the secret to living a fulfilling life as we grow older lies not in the quantity of our relationships, but in the quality of the bonds we choose to maintain. It's not about revealing every facet of ourselves to the world, but about carefully deciding what to share, with whom, and how we preserve our personal sanctuary. Protecting your privacy, setting boundaries, and cultivating meaningful connections are more than just strategies. They are the foundation for a peaceful and authentic existence. These choices safeguard not only your mental and emotional well-being, but also your autonomy, enabling you to live life on your terms. Do not forget to like and subscribe our channel. As the years unfold, we gain a deeper understanding of the sanctity of privacy. Time sharpens our awareness of the treasure troves within us, the deeply personal stories, memories, and lessons that make us who we are. Every experience, whether joyful or painful, becomes a brushstroke on the canvas of our lives. In our later years, these experiences take on an almost sacred quality, something to be fiercely protected. The youthful urge to share every story, thought, and opinion often gives way to a profound realization. Privacy is not a privilege, it is a necessity. In a world that increasingly blurs the lines of personal boundaries, where information is treated as currency and oversharing is often encouraged, the importance of privacy cannot be overstated. Not every chapter of our story is meant for public consumption. The quiet spaces within us, those reservoirs of reflection, wisdom, and growth, deserve to remain untouched, not traded or displayed for the world's fleeting interest. These private realms are where our truest selves reside, and guarding them is an act of self-respect. Valuing privacy does not mean retreating into isolation or secrecy. It is not about shutting the world out, but about protecting the sacredness of our experiences. The deeper parts of us deserve to be cherished and shared selectively. Privacy allows us to nurture the relationships that matter most, while ensuring that the lessons and wisdom we have gained are not diminished by casual judgment or misunderstanding. As we navigate the later stages of life, the dynamics of relationships often change. Friends, family, and acquaintances may seek more access to our lives, sometimes out of genuine care, and other times from mere curiosity. While their interest can be heartwarming, it can also feel intrusive. Stories and memories once shared in confidence can suddenly become fodder for judgment or gossip. It is in these moments that we must draw upon our strength to define boundaries, clear yet compassionate limits on what we choose to reveal and to whom. Not everyone who seeks insight into our lives does so with pure intentions. Some may aim to exploit vulnerabilities, while others might misunderstand or trivialize the gravity of our experiences. Oversharing, even with the best of intentions, can have unintended emotional costs. When we expose our hearts too widely, we risk feeling unseen, dismissed, or even devalued. The depth of our struggles or the significance of our achievements may be lost on those who fail to grasp their weight. This can chip away at our self-worth, leaving us questioning the value of our journey. Guarding our privacy is an act of self-preservation. It ensures that our lives are understood in their full complexity, not reduced to shallow interpretations. Privacy allows us to retain control over how our stories are shared, ensuring they are treated with the respect they deserve. At its core lies an empowering truth. Our inner lives are not public property. They are sacred gardens, blooming quietly, nurtured by the solitude and care of their keeper. Respecting our privacy is not a retreat into fear, but a celebration of the life we have lived. It acknowledges the hardships we have endured, the lessons we have learned, and the person we have become. In protecting this sacred realm, we honor ourselves and uphold the sanctity of our journey, ensuring that its richness is preserved for those we choose to share it with. Number 1, the sacred gift of privacy, honoring a lifetime of experiences. Privacy at its core is an act of profound self-love. It acknowledges that we have traversed decades of joys, sorrows, challenges, and triumphs, each moment shaping the individuals we are today. This journey deserves to be honored, and the protection of our inner sanctum allows us to do just that. The more we guard this sacred space, the more we can direct our energy toward what truly matters. The people who genuinely enrich our lives, the relationships that nurture and sustain us, and the inner peace we have worked so diligently to cultivate. In valuing privacy, we affirm our self-worth and declare that our life stories are not for public consumption. We claim the right to choose who hears our narratives and who does not. As we age, this choice becomes more than a preference. It transforms into a courageous act of authenticity. We shed the need for external validation, understanding that our lives, in their quiet moments of reflection, speak volumes about our resilience and growth. Privacy is not a luxury. It is a fundamental act of honoring and respecting ourselves. It is the ultimate gift we can give in our later years, the gift of peace, the freedom to embrace our truest selves, and the strength to live unapologetically on our terms. This sacred boundary ensures that the richness of our experiences remains intact, treasured by those who truly matter. Number 2, the power of discernment, choosing who enters your inner circle. As we age, life bestows upon us a profound and invaluable gift, the sharpening of our instincts about people and relationships. Time hones our ability to perceive the unspoken energies that lie beneath words and actions, granting us an intuitive understanding of others' true intentions. This heightened discernment becomes one of our most powerful tools, quietly but fiercely protective of the sacred space we've cultivated over a lifetime. Discernment allows us to guard our hearts and preserve the dignity of our life stories. It helps us protect the inner sanctum where our wisdom, joys, and struggles reside. With every passing year, we meet more people. While some bring joy, positivity, and genuine connection, not everyone can appreciate the depth of who we are, the sum of our triumphs and trials. Among those we encounter, there are rare and precious individuals whose open hearts and minds truly honor our stories. These people listen not with curiosity alone, but with empathy and respect. They seek to understand the richness of our journey and cherish the lessons we've learned. They are the relationships worth nurturing, the connections that deserve our trust and vulnerability. However, others, despite good intentions, may lack the empathy or wisdom to truly comprehend the weight of our experiences. They might dismiss our pain, misunderstand our joy, or reduce our stories to mere anecdotes. Such interactions, however well-meaning, can diminish the sacredness of our lives and leave us feeling unseen or undervalued. Discernment is the shield that protects us from these emotional missteps. It empowers us to choose wisely, to open our hearts selectively, and to safeguard the stories that define us. It is not about rejecting others, but about recognizing who aligns with our values and who brings harmony to our lives. In this practice, we honor ourselves and the journey that has brought us here, ensuring that our later years are filled with authentic connections and a deep sense of peace. Number 3. Discernment, the guardian of vulnerability and peace. In a world that often encourages open-heartedness, discernment is a quiet yet vital skill, a guardian of our vulnerability and the sanctity of our life's experiences. Sharing deeply personal stories is an act of courage, but without careful consideration, it can lead to heartbreak. Few things are as painful as baring your soul, only to feel unseen, misunderstood, or trivialized. When our triumphs are diminished or our pain dismissed, it can leave emotional scars that linger far beyond the moment, making us question the value of our openness. Discernment teaches us to pause, reflect, and carefully evaluate the worthiness of those we choose to confide in. It encourages us to ask a simple but profound question: does this person truly deserve to know my heart? Vulnerability, though often mistaken for weakness, is a sacred gift. It is not a currency to be exchanged recklessly, but a precious offering meant for those who will honor and cherish it. Without discernment, we risk giving away this treasure to those who cannot hold it with care. Perhaps you've experienced this, a deeply personal story met with indifference, unsolicited advice, or judgment shaped by narrow assumptions. Such responses don't just hurt. They diminish the significance of your experiences and the authenticity of your emotions. Discernment helps protect us from these wounds, allowing us to recognize who is capable of understanding and respecting the depth of our truth. The stakes of misplaced trust grow higher with age. As we grow older, our emotional energy becomes more precious, and the need to safeguard our dignity, autonomy, and well-being becomes paramount. Unfortunately, there are those who might exploit our openness, whether intentionally or through a lack of empathy. Discernment becomes our defense, a shield against manipulation and deceit. It reminds us to share only with those who have earned our trust, and to withhold from those who may weaponize our vulnerability against us. This does not mean we must shut people out or live in suspicion. On the contrary, discernment allows us to cultivate deeper, more meaningful connections by focusing on relationships built on mutual respect and understanding. By protecting our peace of mind and the integrity of our hearts, we create space for authentic bonds to flourish. It is through this careful selection that we ensure our stories are met with the appreciation and care they deserve. Discernment is more than self-preservation. It is an act of self-respect. It allows us to value our lived experiences and choose who is worthy of sharing in them. In doing so, we honor not only our past, but also the person we are continually becoming, a person who deserves love, respect, and unwavering support from those who truly care. Number 4. The sacredness of your stories. Each of us carries within us a living tapestry, a complex weave of memories, emotions, and experiences that shape our essence. These threads are not merely snapshots of fleeting moments, but profound reflections of the life we've lived, the joys that lit up our days, the heartbreaks that deepened our resilience, and the victories, both small and great, that remind us of our strength. As the years pass, this tapestry becomes even more intricate and meaningful, growing richer with every challenge overcome and every lesson learned. Our stories, born from this tapestry, are far more than anecdotes or casual tales to be shared lightly. They are treasures, sacred, precious, and deeply personal. Each story holds the weight of wisdom, the depth of emotions, and the unique perspective that only we can offer. These are not things to be given away carelessly. They deserve to be treated with reverence and shared only with those who have earned the right to witness them. When we share a story, we are not just recounting an event. We are revealing a part of our soul, offering a glimpse into the inner workings of who we are and what has shaped us. It is a profound act of vulnerability, a moment of trust where we say, "This is me. This is my truth." Such moments are sacred, and they demand a listener who approaches them with care, empathy, and respect. Yet too often, we encounter those who fail to grasp the gravity of what we are offering. They may listen superficially, with one ear tuned elsewhere, or respond in ways that trivialize the significance of our experiences. Their indifference, whether intentional or not, can leave us feeling unseen, unvalued, and dismissed. This quiet sting, the pain of being misunderstood or unappreciated, can echo long after the moment has passed. This is why it is vital to guard the sacredness of our stories. Not every listener is worthy of the trust it takes to open our hearts. Sharing our truths should be an act of deliberate choice, not obligation. When we give away our stories too freely, especially to those who cannot honor them, we risk diminishing their value and, in turn, our sense of self-worth. Treat your stories as the treasures they are. Recognize their power, their beauty, and the wisdom they contain. Choose carefully who you share them with, those who will not only listen but also cherish the gift you are offering. When you do, you protect not just the sanctity of your experiences, but also the dignity of your journey. In honoring the sacredness of your stories, you affirm the richness of your life and the uniqueness of your path. You remind yourself that your truths are not for everyone, and that's okay. By safeguarding this part of yourself, you create space for deeper connections with those who truly matter, those who see, appreciate, and celebrate the masterpiece that is your life. Number 5, the sacred legacy of your stories. Our stories are more than recollections of events. They are the distilled essence of our lives, capturing not only what we've done, but who we've become. Each struggle, triumph, and quiet moment of transformation contributes to the intricate mosaic of our being. These stories are sacred, holding within them the lessons, values, and resilience we've cultivated through a lifetime of growth. In a world that sometimes marginalizes the wisdom of age, it is vital to remember that our stories are not merely for casual consumption. They are a legacy, an enduring testament to the truths we hope to pass on to future generations. Sharing them is not an obligation, but a privilege that others must earn. Not every ear is ready to hear the depth of our truths, and not every heart is worthy of holding the vulnerable parts of ourselves. These sacred stories reflect not only milestones, but the subtle transformative moments that shape us when no one is watching. They are treasures, woven from the laughter and tears, the heartbreaks and healing, the decisions and values that define us. To share them indiscriminately risks diminishing their significance and our sense of self-respect. It is an act of profound self-honor to hold some stories close, keeping them nestled in the sanctuary of our souls. Certain moments are too personal, too meaningful, to be shared lightly. By safeguarding these truths, we affirm the dignity of our journey and protect the depth of our experiences from being misunderstood or undervalued. As you grow older, remember that your stories are not just memories. They are living testaments to a life of courage, wisdom, and purpose. Choose with intention who gets to hear the soundtrack of your life. Share them only with those who will honor them as you do, appreciating the raw beauty and complexity of everything you've lived through. This is not about withholding, it's about cherishing. It's a declaration that your life, in all its facets, is valuable and deserves reverence. The act of choosing who witnesses your journey is a quiet affirmation. My experiences have shaped me, and I will decide who gets to see this part of me. Your stories are treasures. Protect them, nurture them, share them only in spaces where they will be treated with the care and reverence they deserve. By doing so, you not only preserve the sanctity of your truths, but also honor the profound worth of the life you've lived. Number 6, the digital age and the art of selective sharing. The digital age has transformed how we connect, offering us the ability to share our lives in ways once unimaginable. A simple photo of a grandchild's first steps or a cherished memory from the past can become a heartwarming bridge to loved ones across distances. Yet with these advancements come complexities, particularly for those of us who have lived long enough to value the sanctity of privacy. Social media platforms and messaging apps often encourage us to open up, to share for the sake of connection. At first glance, this seems like a gift, a way to stay involved with the people we care about. But beneath the surface lies a subtle erosion of the sacredness of our personal moments. The more we share with the digital world, the more we risk diminishing the depth and meaning of those experiences. Oversharing has become a quiet epidemic, blurring the line between genuine connection and mere exposure. The internet, vast and impersonal, offers little control once something is posted. What begins as an innocent moment of sharing can be misinterpreted, overanalyzed, or even exploited. For those of us who have cultivated a lifetime of meaningful memories, this is a sobering reality. Not every moment is meant for the public eye. The beauty of our stories often lies in their intimacy, in the deliberate act of sharing them with someone who truly values their significance. A carefully chosen memory, shared in the right context, can deepen a relationship in ways no social media post ever could. Beyond the emotional implications, there is a practical aspect to consider. The digital world is not without its dangers, particularly for older adults who are increasingly targeted by online predators and scammers. Every detail shared online, be it a family photo, a nostalgic reflection, or even a harmless update, can provide tools for those with harmful intentions. Protecting ourselves in this environment is not just prudent, it is essential. Oversharing can also dilute the essence of our connections. When sharing becomes routine, a mere habit driven by the pressures of online engagement, it loses its intentionality. The precious moments of our lives risk becoming part of an endless stream of noise, their weight and significance diminished. Instead, embracing selective sharing allows us to preserve the authenticity of our relationships. By choosing thoughtfully what to share and with whom, we create deeper, more meaningful connections. This practice reminds us that true intimacy comes from genuine exchanges, not from the fleeting satisfaction of likes and comments. As we navigate this digital landscape, let us honor the value of discretion. Our lives, filled with rich stories and profound experiences, deserve to be shared only with those who will treat them with care and reverence. By doing so, we protect not only our emotional well-being, but also the sacredness of the memories that define who we are. Number 7, safeguarding your privacy in the digital age. In today's technology-driven world, we're constantly nudged, sometimes even pressured, to share every detail of our lives. From our morning coffee routines to deeply personal milestones, the expectation to broadcast our every thought and feeling can feel overwhelming. But just because technology makes it effortless to share, doesn't mean we should. The digital age brings both incredible opportunities for connection and a host of challenges, especially when it comes to protecting our privacy. Every photo we post, opinion we share, or detail we reveal exposes us to a level of vulnerability we might not fully comprehend. While social media and digital communication promise connection, they also present risks that deserve our attention and care. It's natural to want to share and feel seen in a world where visibility often equates to relevance. However, the act of sharing should never be automatic or driven by societal pressures. We must pause and ask ourselves, does this need to be shared, and with whom? The truth is, not every aspect of our lives is meant for public consumption. Some moments, thoughts, and experiences are sacred, deserving of protection rather than exposure. The risks of oversharing are both emotional and practical. Vulnerable information, whether about our health, finances, or personal struggles, can be misinterpreted, exploited, or weaponized, intentionally or not. This is particularly concerning as we age, when we may be more susceptible to online scams or emotional manipulation. Safeguarding our privacy is not about paranoia. It's about self-preservation and maintaining control over what we choose to share. Protecting your privacy is also a profound act of self-respect. It's a declaration of your right to decide what parts of your life are shared and with whom. You owe no one an explanation for your boundaries, whether in person or online. Choosing to keep some things to yourself is not only valid, it's essential for your emotional well-being and peace of mind. Technology, while a remarkable tool for connection, can never replace the depth and authenticity of real relationships. When we prioritize thoughtful, intentional sharing, we preserve the meaningfulness of our connections. We ensure that the moments we choose to share are treated with the care and respect they deserve. In this digital era, let us remember that privacy is not an outdated concept, but a necessity. It empowers us to maintain the integrity of our lives, to protect what is most sacred, and to share with intention. By embracing this perspective, we honor ourselves and ensure that our digital interactions nourish rather than deplete us. Number 8. The peace of keeping things private. In a world where the constant pressure to share every detail of our lives is ever present, there is a rare and profound beauty in choosing to keep certain aspects private. This decision isn't about secrecy or isolation. It's a conscious and intentional act of self-preservation. By withholding parts of ourselves, we preserve the sanctity of our journey and protect the essence of who we are. As we age, there comes a point when the noise of others' judgments, opinions, and expectations begins to fade, and we learn that our emotional well-being is our most valuable priority. We no longer feel the need to seek validation from those who cannot truly understand the depths of our lived experiences. It is during these moments of quiet reflection that we realize some aspects of our life are simply too personal to share. They are sacred, and they belong solely to us. These are the moments that define us, anchor us to our true selves, and remind us of the essence of who we are. They shape our character and influence our decisions, yet they do not need to be broadcasted to the world to hold value. By keeping them private, we are not hiding. We are choosing to protect them from misinterpretation or dilution. Keeping things private is an act of self-respect and self-care. It is a way of guarding the most intimate and vulnerable parts of ourselves from being trivialized or misunderstood. There is unexpected freedom in this choice, a rebellion against the societal pressures to constantly explain, justify, or seek approval. It is an invitation to simplify life, to honor the quiet space where we find our true peace. In this digital age, where everything seems to demand sharing, the peace of privacy is a powerful act of reclaiming our autonomy. It is the recognition that not every moment, experience, or emotion is for public consumption. When we guard these precious moments, we honor our own worth and preserve the integrity of our lives, ensuring that our stories remain meaningful and undiluted. By keeping some things private, we nurture our inner peace, protecting not just our privacy, but our very soul. Number 9. The freedom of privacy and autonomy. When you release the need to constantly narrate your journey to others, you begin to feel a sense of lightness. No longer do you feel compelled to convince anyone of the choices you make or to apologize for the boundaries you set. Privacy grants you the invaluable space to breathe freely, without the weight of others' expectations pressing down on you. In this quiet space, you discover a profound kind of peace, one that is both liberating and deeply freeing. By choosing to keep certain aspects of your life to yourself, you reclaim control over your narrative, protecting it from unnecessary intrusion. This decision allows you to live with a deeper sense of autonomy. It is within this freedom, the intentional, quiet act of keeping things private, that you start to experience the peace you've longed for. There's a sense of serenity in knowing that you are enough just as you are, without the need to prove yourself to anyone. Trusting in yourself becomes central to this experience, as you have faith that the moments you choose to keep private are not acts of hiding, but a reflection of your strength, wisdom, and growing understanding of who you are. You are not hiding. You are simply living with a quiet assurance, knowing that the approval of others is unnecessary in honoring your journey. It is within this space of authenticity that you begin to find the profound serenity that comes with living on your own terms, free from the burdens of external validation. Number 10. The sacred nature of trust. Trust is one of the most precious gifts we can offer in life, and as the years go by, it becomes even more invaluable. Over time, we accumulate not only experiences, but also deep emotional wisdom. We have loved, we have lost, and we have been hurt. The sting of betrayal, the pain of shattered trust, can linger long after the initial wound. Yet it is this very pain that teaches us to be more discerning about who we allow into our hearts. As we grow older, we come to understand that trust is not something to be given away recklessly or freely. It is something to be earned, protected, and cherished. In the later stages of life, trust becomes rare, a sacred treasure that must be handled with care. Through life's lessons, you have learned the hard way that words alone are not enough. True trust is found in action, in the consistency and unwavering presence of those who are truly invested in your well-being. The right people are not only there when it is convenient or easy. They show up, even when the world seems to be falling apart. These people hold space for your pain, support your dreams, and stand by you in both calm and chaos. The beauty of true trust lies in its unconditional nature. Those who deserve a place in your inner circle are the ones who listen to your heart with empathy, respect your boundaries without judgment, and never make you feel less than worthy. Their presence does not fade with time. Instead, it grows deeper and more meaningful, much like the roots of an ancient tree. These are the people who deserve to hear your deepest truths, the raw parts of you that you may otherwise keep hidden from the world. Number 11. The rare gift of true trust. The people who truly deserve to hear your deepest truths, the raw parts of you that you've once kept hidden, are the ones who will celebrate your victories, whether big or small. They will be there to catch you when you fall. As you grow older, you begin to realize how rare and special these souls truly are. Trust, in its purest form, is a bond that cannot be easily broken. It is a sacred gift given only to those who have earned it through their actions, loyalty, and unwavering love. With age, the value of these relationships becomes even clearer. There is nothing more precious than having people by your side who make you feel safe, loved, and valued, not just for what you do, but for who you are. These are the relationships that give meaning to the later years of life. They are the ones that provide a sense of purpose, joy, and fulfillment, and they are worth nurturing with everything you have. Trust is not just a word, but a deep, unspoken understanding that grows stronger over time, becoming a vital part of your journey. Number 12. Setting boundaries without guilt. As we grow older, setting boundaries becomes more than a mere necessity. It becomes an act of profound self-love and emotional self-preservation. Boundaries are not about pushing people away or creating unnecessary distance. Instead, they are about establishing the respect you deserve and ensuring that your emotional, physical, and mental needs are met without sacrificing your inner peace. The older we get, the more we realize that we can't pour from an empty cup. Our emotional energy is precious, and guarding it is essential to living a fulfilling life. Setting boundaries can feel daunting, especially when it involves family, old friends, or caregivers. However, it's important to understand that boundaries are not walls. They are bridges. They act as the key to cultivating healthier, more balanced relationships that nourish your soul, rather than drain it. Often, when we think about boundaries, we feel guilty, as if we are being selfish or inconsiderate. But in reality, nothing could be further from the truth. Boundaries are an act of love for yourself. They are about recognizing that you are worthy of peace and respect, no matter your age or circumstances. It's normal to feel a pang of discomfort, especially when it comes to setting limits with those closest to us. We don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, disappoint anyone, or risk pushing people away by asserting our needs. However, in reality, setting boundaries allows you to invite deeper, more authentic connections into your life. So how do you begin? Start with clarity. Sit with your feelings. Reflect on what you truly need to feel safe, secure, and fulfilled. This process might take time, but it is worth every moment of introspection. Once you have a clear understanding of your needs, the next step is communicating them. And here is the beauty of it. You don't owe anyone a lengthy explanation or an apology for wanting what is best for you. The people who truly care for you, who have your best interests at heart, will respect your boundaries without hesitation or guilt. If they don't, that's a reflection of their inability to honor your needs, not your fault. So if you're still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know you're still here with me. Remember, standing firm in your boundaries is a reflection of your worth and a step toward creating the life you deserve. Number 13. Boundaries as an act of self-preservation. Boundaries are not an act of selfishness. They are a revolutionary act of self-preservation. You are not responsible for managing others' emotions or reactions to your needs. Your only responsibility is to honor your own heart, spirit, and well-being. It is your right and your privilege to protect the sacred space that is your life, your energy, your peace of mind. By doing so, you give yourself the opportunity to live a life that is not only longer, but also richer and more meaningful. When you prioritize your boundaries, you send a powerful message. I am worth protecting, and my peace matters. There is nothing more empowering than knowing that you are worthy of love and respect in this way. Boundaries allow you to create a life that is in alignment with your needs, and they give you the strength to say no to things that drain you. In setting these limits, you are ensuring that your energy is protected, your emotional well-being is nurtured, and that you are free to pursue the life you deserve. The act of establishing boundaries is a gift to yourself, a powerful affirmation of your worth, and a step toward creating a life filled with peace and purpose. Number 14. The gift of true connection. In a world that increasingly values numbers, how many people we know, how many likes we get, true connection stands out as one of life's rarest and most precious gifts. As we age, we find that the superficial interactions we once accepted are no longer sufficient. There is a longing, a deep hunger for relationships that transcend the ordinary, that go beyond the surface-level exchanges of daily life. What we seek, what we truly crave, are bonds that nourish our souls, connections that make us feel seen, understood, and most importantly, that we belong. These kinds of connections are not easy to come by, but when they do, they hold a kind of magic that cannot be replicated. True connection is built slowly, on a foundation of trust and respect. It flourishes in the space where vulnerability is met with warmth and empathy, where your fears, hopes, and dreams are not only heard, but held with the utmost care. There is something incredibly powerful in being able to let down your guard with someone, knowing they will accept you with all your flaws and embrace the parts of you that others may shy away from. This kind of bond goes deeper than any casual friendship or fleeting encounter. It runs like an undercurrent through the fabric of your life, offering a sense of peace that transcends words. But true connection also demands that we let go. It asks us to release the relationships that no longer serve us, those that have become more about obligati